Hello, my name's Samantha and this is my Christmas in July vlogs, day 1. I've never done vlogs before, but I thought I'll do it for Christmas in July because I love Christmas. So it turns out that this is not the best weekend for me to start doing Christmas vlogs. Christmas in July vlogs. Any vlogs. Because my boyfriend's here. So I'm not getting as much done as I normally would. However, I do have 3 things that I've started to show you. None of them are very exciting because they're all still in the very early stages, but I've started them, so I'm going to show you. The first thing is the main project that I have for the month, and I will show you. This is the colourway that I'm doing. I was supposed to show you this in my intro video, and for some reason I completely blanked on it and did not show you. But this is the HoHoHo blanket. This is in the... There's different colourway packs that you could have got. This is in the modern colourway pack. And this is like the traditional one with the reds and the blues and the greens. But you can do it in whatever colour you want. This was originally a cal last Christmas. And I got it when it was a cal, and I'd got the colour pack from Wool Warehouse. But I just didn't have time to do it. So I thought I will use Christmas in July. I will break it up and I will do it then. It's mosaic crochet, which I've never done before, so it was quite daunting to think about doing a whole blanket. So I took a leaf out of Natalie's book from Nitty Natty and I've broken it down into manageable sections. So if I do 8 rows a day, then I will have a blanket and have enough time in July to still do a border. That is the plan. I'm going to try to do my 8 rows a day. Now that I've got my head around how it works, it will go a lot faster. The 8 rows that I have done so far took me so long. Oh my god. Like, I'm a fairly proficient crocheter. And they took me ages because I just couldn't. The way that the pattern is written, there is so much information in the pattern. I found it a little overwhelming. It's a good pattern, but I found it a little overwhelming to start with because I probably didn't read it properly. I have that thing where, because I know that I can crochet, I tend to not read instructions properly and I just kind of scan over things. So the pattern is very good. It is a big pattern. I think it's something like 40 odd pages for the pattern. So if you've never done mosaic crochet before, then you'll be fine, honestly. She goes through everything. The pattern is available on Ravelry. It's £7.95 for the pattern, but as I say, it's a big detailed pattern, absolutely worth doing. It also has, there's a picture of them here. It also has let's try that again without me like touching the touch screen and making it all go away. Right. See, there's placemats. So there's instructions and stitch counts and everything if you want to make placemats, and there's a table runner one as well. So definitely worth the money for the pattern. So like I say, I'm doing my 8 rows a day for that. And this is my first 8 rows. It's the bottom of Santa's beard. Now, the thing about mosaic crochet is you do your row in one colour and then you just cut it at the end. You always have the right side facing you. It looks like this on the back. So you always have the right side facing you and you just work along the row and then cut your yarn at the end. And then at the end, you make a border that's sort of it's an envelope border. And I suppose you can just leave it with fringe, but there's an envelope border and it just sort of encases all your ends, so you don't even have to sew in any ends. I like this. This is good. I don't like sewing in ends. So that's my first 8 stitches on that. I'm just using the colour pack. This is Fuchsia Purple, White, Empire and Aspen. I have it written. Yeah, Aspen. So Stylecraft Special DK. And yeah. That's all I've got to say for that one. The other two things are things that I've barely started, but I have started them, so I'm going to show you. Ooh. Socks. Christmas socks. This is a colourway from a couple of years ago. West Yorkshire Spinners. The ball is looking a little worse for wear. Just how we're going to focus. Hello. That's not focusing. Oh, come on. Right. It says candy cane. I don't think you can get this anymore because, like I said, it was a couple of years ago. If you don't know, West Yorkshire Spinners bring out Christmas colourways every year. And I think this was probably from about maybe 3 years ago. I might be completely making that up, but I've had it for a while. So, because I think last year was gingerbread. I can't remember what the year before that was. I think the year before that might have been vintage Christmas, possibly. So, this might have been from the year before that. But it's just your standard West Yorkshire Spinners 75/25 sock wool. I love this stuff. It wears really well. It knits up nicely. I never have any issues with knots in it or anything like that. And this is my pitiful start. My plan for these, if you've watched on my podcast, I went over this. It seems like little speckles of red in there. I did go over this briefly on my podcast yesterday, where I normally do 60 stitches on a 2.5mm. So I'm still using my 2.5mm doing magic loop. I use very short magic loops. I don't like lots of cable. I find it irritating because I do a lot of sock knitting while I'm taking the kids to school and back, while I'm waiting on them. Anyway, so instead of doing my normal 60 stitches, I'm doing 64 stitches. And I'm just going to do ribbon at the top, knit the entire ball, and then ribbon at the other end. And then, depending on how long that is, I'm going to try and get a pair, either one pair of really long socks, or a pair of longish socks and a pair of shorties. We'll need to see how it goes. So I've just put those couple of extra stitches in just to get it over my calves. Words are hard today, I'm sorry. Right, so I can get it over my calves. But what I'll do is, after I've bound it off, before I decide what I'm cutting, I will try it on and see how it fits on my leg. So that's going to be probably over the course of the month. I'll just knit the entire ball as well. So that's not going to be the most exciting thing to watch grow, but I will have some nice Christmas socks at the end of it. Go and get them tangled up here. The last thing that I have to show you today is this. This is Paintbox DK Cotton in white. And this is what it will be. This is from the King Cole Christmas Crochet Book 2. King Cole is a UK company. They make yarn, and they have lots of these books. I've got quite a few of them. I showed them in the intro as well. And the snowman, I don't know if you could see. Nah, not really, no. He's made with King Cole Glitz, which is a sparkly yarn, as the name implies. I decided not to do that because I do not have white sparkly yarn, and I need to work through my stash rather than keeping on buying more. So I am making a cotton one. Just hope I've got enough. I might need to go and find another ball of this. I'm sure I've got some somewhere. So yeah, I've just started doing that. This is the bottom. You work in bottom up, and then you make his head and sew it on top and make his little arms and sew them on top, sew them on the sides. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for decorating him yet, because this one looks a little plain. So I'm probably going to make him maybe a wee scarf and a wee hat or something. See how that goes. So yeah, that is my Christmas in July day one. I think the plans for the rest of the day are to work on my snowman. and maybe work on my sock a little bit and see how we go. So we're at 10 minutes now. I said I would keep these short. I will see you tomorrow for day 2. Bye.